one phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me.
Well, Coach, any Florida resident will tell you that afternoon pop-up showers and storms are the norm, and that's exactly what we have right now. Actually expecting a pretty steady rain throughout today here in Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports?
Let's go, baby.
Let's go now. AT Gator. 57. I got him.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Go. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch one. Watch one. I'm not ready. Let's go.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Hey, Haywood.
Hey, 40's Mike. 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. Hey, let's get in them holes.
Here's Minshew. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Stephon Gilmore able to break that one up.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Patriots take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. It was Taven Bryan. Who got him down defensively.
The stop by Taven Bryan. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the ground is Michel. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 2 now Stidham. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Got it.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check, check. Lucky.
Greystone travel.
Switch. Check 30.
Draw out.
Check 9.
They go.
Here's Mostert. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Go. 10 logo.
Check Mike.
Hey, Delta.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98 to Mike. 98. Shift.
Hey. Speed grip.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Or call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And from down in Miami, an update. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. From midfield now, here's Stidham. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. Call it a 3-yard gain, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Right there. 55. I got you.
6-6. Pull it high.
On 3rd down, Stidham. Open man is Westbrook, complete. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, it's Stidham. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Let's go.
Go.
Stidham 1st down in the red zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Adam Shaheen. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
This is Mostert, and some space here. Get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. On second down, Michel, and he's got room. And all the way in, touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Gold to add the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Jaguars 7.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Jaguars take over.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
On 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Look at me, zipper. Go.
On second down, Minshew. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Protein spill. You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
Mostert. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 48-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the slant.
Chance. Watch the shit.
Fair.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down.
Hey, orbit. X3, 218, chopper.
Check. 40's mine. 40.
Now.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8.
Check tight.
Hey, high 7.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
Yo, go.
Get him.
Ready.
Off play action, it's Minshew. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
Oh, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position. A couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Tackle made by Tyus Bowser. On 2nd down, Michelle. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Hey, team 6. Let's make these big. Hey.
Stidham from down around its goal line. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Go.
Fournette, a first down carry. The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Look at me. Score.
Now Mostert. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Raheem Mostert. He scored on the ground and through the air as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it first and 10.
Wahoo! 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Let's go, baby. Back. Yes, Mike.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14.
Jaguars 14.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On 2nd and 9, Minshew. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Look at me. Zipper. Smooth. Snap.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. The open man is Shark. It's complete. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Watch one. That's right.
Ready?
They'll go play action here with Minshew. That's Stills bringing it in. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Minshew sets to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Second down, Stidham to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now Stidham. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
You ready?
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Stidham. Looking long for Westbrook. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. D.D. Westbrook. Westbrook. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Complete to Washington. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Ready?
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going up top. Oh, wide open. Complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are back within a single score. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Let's go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
A pass there complete to Westbrook. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Stidham on second down. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Here we go. 8, read.
Watch the screen.
Go.
Slam.
Here we go. Christian, grab it.
Crack.
Go. Shoot.
Now Stidham, off play action. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tyus Bowser gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also fourth down now. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion, man.
Get it.
Now they try the right side here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
I got motion.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Out to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Yeah, I'm going to lose one.
Under 10. 10. Let's go.
Fournette running out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down.
Here we go. Set. 10 Lobo.
Here we go. One's the mic. Watch one. Hey, get in the way with it.
Big dribble.
Now Minshew. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
General West. Ready.
And they'll try Michelle here running on the right side. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Sony Michel, the
Go
big
there.
ball
15.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. New England on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Stidham, 3rd down from the gun. Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12. This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a 1st down. So in Jacksonville territory, 10 at the 44-yard line.
53's mine. Check. 53's mine.
Look at me. Zipper.
Stidham sets to throw on 1st. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Go. Hard. Hey, echo.
Now it's Stidham. He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. New England on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, Stidham. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Go out.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Get it.
And to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Kill. Watch out.
Hey, Sam off. Go. All 5.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounces. 8 ounces good.
All right, just checking.
Hey, Team 6.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
Go. Here we go. Run the mic. Watch one. Watch one. Now.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Get off the field. Yes. 57, 65, 65.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 38-yard line. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Check hot route. Hot. 80 weapon. Smith. Let's go.
Minshew, 1st and 10. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Jump.
Check 13. Check 13.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Minshew letting one go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Off play action, it's Minshew. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, Minshew. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Again, Minshew looking to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
So Mike's number one. Watch a slant.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And the Patriots are going to recover, and that should just about assure victory. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So this will wind up a victory for the